So I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Frost, who, I have to say, Paul, I'm absolutely knocked out by your exhibition. It's fantastic. What made you do this, Paul?
When I actually took the photographs, it was a labour of love. And when I sort of realised it was 17 years since the Victoria Ground had been demolished. I mean, my lad, I said it was a young lad that I used to sit on one of the exit walls in the boothing end.
Yeah.
And he's now grown up. He's in his mid-20s. You know, he's on the verge of getting married. And I thought, well, most of the children that were his age have got some vague memory of the Victoria Ground, but not a full memory. And I thought it would be nice to let them relive, you know, where they used to sit, where they used to stand. And same with the older guys, the guys that were like in the late 20s, early 30s now, they probably got grandchildren, and they are telling them stories of the old Victoria Ground, but they'll never have seen it. So that's my main aim, was to let all those see the Victoria Ground, know what it looked like. The older fans could reminisce, and that's all I want. If I get some good comments, that's, you know, good feedback, that's obviously good for me. But yeah, it was just a labour of love, really, and to let people see.
Well, judging by the amount of people that are here, I mean, your exhibition's just started, and you can tell us how long it runs for, but judging by the amount of people in here already, it's getting, I would dare say, rave reviews, and some of the old photos have brought back a nostalgic side to me. Most of my football life was spent watching Stoke at the old Victoria Ground. I remember sitting in the old Butler Street stand when the floors were wooden, and you used to stamp to get the atmosphere, which is fantastic, which people won't understand now. But some of these pictures have brought back great memories, and also some of the states of the football pitches our team used to play on are completely different to the games they play on now. Do you miss the Victoria Ground days?
Yeah, I miss the atmosphere of the Victoria Ground. I mean, you could have 18,000 in the Victoria Ground, and the atmosphere would be twice what it is in the Vic when it's full.
In the Brit. I mean, this is what people don't understand, Paul, isn't it? They all think that football started with the advent of the Premier League and when Stoke got in the Premier League. And to be fair, some of our supporters have only ever seen us at the top of the Championship or in the Prem. And everybody thinks the atmosphere at the Brit is special, which it is. But it's a completely different type of atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And when we got promoted to the Premier League, the first thing I said to my lad was, "That's it. I can die a happy man. You've seen us in the top flight, and that's all I've ever wanted."
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, as I say, have only ever known the Premier League. We've seen some dark days down at the Victoria Ground, haven't we?
Yeah. Sheep on the field, and yeah.
A lot more than sheep on the field as well. But I still get a bit sad when I look at some of the pictures over there of all the rubble in the old Vic.
Yeah.
But you've got one amazing picture, which I'm sure you could tell a million stories of, which is a picture of the two grounds, virtually one looking at the other, haven't you?
Yeah.
What made you take that picture? Was it just your photographic eye and you saw the chance, or was it something you wanted to do?
Yeah, it was something. I was looking for a shot that I could take that would incorporate both the old and the new. My first attempt, if you can call it that, was the one on the wall over there, which I call the dawn of a new era.
Yeah.
That's like a silhouette with a golden path going up.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And the Britannia Stadium on the rubble of the boothing end. And then, obviously, I took that one before, but I didn't. I had to have sort of several attempts to get the angle right to get the both grounds in.
But you're happy with the finished product?
Oh,
you
yes.
Must be.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had lots of people offering money to use that, have you? Because it's just...
No. I'll be honest, I didn't tell anyone I'd got it until about 7 years after the Victoria Ground had been demolished. Because if I'd have told everyone at the time it was possible, then obviously everyone would have copied that. As far as I know, it's unique. It's the only one with both grounds on. It's never been used for any sort of commercial purposes.
It's absolutely brilliant. Is that your favourite photograph, or do you have one other special photograph that you want to share with us?
That's one of my favourites, and the other one is the boothing end. That always holds a special place.
It does, and it probably does for everybody, because I can remember many a happy hour has been spent by many of my family hanging on to those railings, and when we scored, something else that your boy might not know or your family might not know is you could have been at the back, but you'd have been at the front when the goal went in, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Happy days, and just looking at that picture now makes me smile, and I love the way you've got the red pieces of metal there. Have you got any bits of memorabilia, because you've obviously been in there a lot, bits of rubble that you've picked up and put in your pocket as you walked off?
No, I've got a couple of seats from the Victoria Ground. The only piece of memorabilia that I should have got that I didn't get was, I don't know if you can remember, but a few years ago there was a young lad saying he'd found Stanley Matthews' boots.
Yeah, the old boots.
In the rubble.
Yeah.
Well, they were actually in a filing cabinet in one of the cupboards in the boothing stand.
Yeah.
And one of the workmen said, "Oh, look, Paul, pair of old boots, do you want them?" And I said, "No, what do they want them for?" And we put them back in the drawer.
Gutted now, I bet.
Yeah, just a
My
bit.
word, yeah. Well, listen, it's been absolutely fantastic to speak to you tonight, and Not FM and Stoke-on-Trent Live would actually tell everybody that they couldn't come to a finer Stoke exhibition, and we wish you all the best, and thanks for sharing some time with us.
Thank you, and thank you for your comments.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
Thank you.